The SAT is also paying more attention to punctuation rules than they have in the past, so we'll need to address those. You use a comma to join two independent clauses with a comma and coordinating conjunction, like and or but. Road construction can be inconvenient, but it is necessary. You use a comma after an introductory phrase, a prepositional phrase, or a dependent clause. To get a good grade, you must complete all your assignments. Or, because Dad caught the chicken pox, we canceled our vacation. We also use a comma to separate elements in a series. On her vacation, Lisa visited Greece, Spain, and Italy. We can also use a comma to separate non-essential elements from a sentence. This is something that's kind of dropped in. John's truck, a red Chevrolet, needs new tires. A comma can be used between coordinate adjectives. The sturdy, compact suitcase made a perfect gift. A comma is also used after a transitional element like however, therefore, nonetheless, or for an example. For an example, the Red Sox, Yankees, and Indians are popular baseball teams. You also use a comma with quoted words. Yes, I will go with you, she promised. And of course you use a comma in a date, in a number, in a personal title, and to separate a city from the state. You use a semicolon to join two independent clauses when the second clause restates the first or when the clauses are of equal value. Road construction in Dallas has hindered travel around town. Streets are cluttered with bulldozers, trucks, and cones. You use a semicolon to join two independent clauses when the second clause begins with a conjunctive adverb, like however, therefore, or thus. She was a skilled orator, thus her debate victory was expected. You use a semicolon to join two independent clauses when the second clause begins with a transition, like in fact, or for example, or that is. Terrorism in the U.S. has become a recent concern. In fact, the concern for America's safety has led to an awareness of global terrorism. And you use a semicolon to join elements of a series where the elements of the series contain commas. Recent sites of the Olympic Games include Athens, Greece, Salt Lake City, Utah, Sydney, Australia, Nagano, Japan. You use a colon to join two independent clauses when you wish to emphasize the second clause. Road construction in Dallas has hindered travel around town. Parts of Main, 5th, and 2nd are closed during construction. You use a colon after an independent clause when it is followed by a list or quotation. Julie went to the store for some groceries: milk, bread, coffee, and cheese. You use a colon at the end of a business letter greeting, and of course to separate the hour and minutes. You can use parentheses to emphasize content. Muhammad Ali, 1942 to present, arguably the greatest athlete of all time, claimed he would float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. A dash is used to set off or emphasize the content enclosed within the dashes or the content that follows the dash. A dash is also used to set off in a positive phrase that already includes commas. The cousins, Tina, Todd, and Sam, arrived at the party together. Quotation marks can be used to enclose direct quotations or to indicate the novel, ironic, or reserved use of a word. Italics have pretty much replaced underlining as a way to indicate titles of magazines, books, movies. However, occasionally underlining is still used.